What's up, everyone? This is Ben from Ben Talks Money. I have an MBA in finance and management and 8 years of experience in trading. Here, we talk about stocks, trading, ETFs, personal finance, investment, and everything that has to do with money. So if you are new here, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification button, like the video, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, and let's keep talking money. So let's jump in. The topic today is about 401k and IRA and why you need both. First, 401k is offered by employers. You can only get 401k through your employer if your employer offers 401k. And with IRA, you can just get your IRA account from any brokerage account. If you have Robinhood, you can open an IRA on Robinhood, both traditional and Roth IRA. Any trading platform, most trading platforms offers IRA. And how much money can you put in it in both 401k and IRA? So when it comes to 401k, the maximum that you can put in is $23,000 if you are under the age of 50. If you are about 50 years old, you can contribute as much as $30,500 on your 401k. So then what about IRAs? For IRAs, both Roth and traditional IRAs, you can put in $7,000 if you are at the age of 50 and below. If you are over 50 years old, you can put in $8,000 per year for Roth and traditional IRA. So what about a match? Does your employer match your contribution? The answer is yes when it comes to 401k. Companies have different policies. Some companies will match up to 6%, some up to 3%. So with 401k, your employer will match it. With Roth IRA or traditional IRA, there is no match. Whatever you put in is what you get. But now you have companies, fintechs like Robinhood, that they try to match for you. So with Robinhood, they usually give you about 2% match on your contribution. But on the general, there is no match for IRA. So what about the tax treatment? 401k is pre-tax, which means that you get your contribution goes into your 401k before tax is taken from your salary. 401k comes directly from your salary. So before you get tax, 401k is deducted. Whereas when it comes to IRA, is the traditional IRA is also pre-tax, just like 401k. Okay, it's a deferred tax. You only pay tax at the end when you are withdrawing the money. But when it comes to Roth IRA, it's post-tax. Roth IRA is post-tax, which means that your contribution comes after taxes are taken from your income. Okay, so Roth IRA is post-tax. Both 401k and traditional IRAs are pre-tax. So what about the income limit? How much money do you have to make to be able to contribute to 401k and IRAs? So when it comes to 401k, there is no income limit. It doesn't matter how much you make. If you make $1 trillion a year, you can still contribute to your 401k as long as your employer offers that. But when it comes to the IRAs, the traditional IRA has no limit, income limit. It's just like the 401k. So the traditional IRA is usually for people who work for themselves. That is a substitute for the 401k. So if you work for yourself and you want to open a traditional IRA, there is no income limit. You can just go ahead and contribute up to the $23,000 a year. If you are below 50 years, if you're above 50 years, it's $30,500 a year. But when it comes to the Roth IRA, there is a limit on it. Okay, if you make approximately around you only qualify if you make approximately $146,000 if you are single, and if you are a couple, $230,000. If you make anything above that, you don't qualify for a Roth IRA. Okay, $146,000 single, $230,000 couple. If you make anything above that, you don't qualify for a Roth IRA. So what about the investment options? What can you get for your 401k portfolio and your IRA portfolios? So when it comes to 401k, you don't choose. everything comes from your employer. So let's say you work for company AB, and the company AB, their 401k comes from Vanguard. You buy into the mutual fund. It's usually a mutual fund. So that's what you buy into. You don't have the liberty to choose any particular stock or ETF that you want to buy. But when it comes to the IRAs, because you are doing it yourself, you have the option of choosing which index fund you want to invest in, which stock you want to buy based on your risk and your expectation. Okay, so those are the difference. So what about the required minimum distributions? So for 401k, the required minimum distribution is age of 73. Okay, unless you are still working, then it goes above that. But the minimum is age 73. And the traditional IRA is also the same thing as the 401k. It's also at age 73. But when it comes to the Roth IRA, there are no required minimum distributions when it comes to the Roth IRA. So then what are the penalties for early withdrawals? For the 401k, if you withdraw before the age 59 and a half, penalty will be 10%. That is before the taxes are taken from it. You have to know that 401k and the traditional IRA, they are pre-tax. But when you are withdrawing the money, you pay the taxes on it, right? So if you withdraw it early, you first of all have to pay 10% penalty before the taxes are taken up from it. Okay. But when it comes to the Roth IRA, you pay the 10% penalty, but there are some exceptions to it. The exception being that you are purchasing a home for the first time, then you are at medical expenses. If you are going for higher education, like your master's, PhD, or something like that, then those are the exceptions when it comes to the penalties involved in early withdrawal for the Roth IRA. Okay. So what about the loan availability? Can you borrow from them? The answer is yes for 401k. You can borrow from your 401k, depending on the plan that your employer has. That will determine how much the payment that you have in terms of paying it back in any interest. But you have to know that every interest that you pay on the money that you borrow from your 401k goes back to you. So you'll be paying yourself. The interest will be coming back to your 401k. So when it comes to the IRAs, there are no loan option. I mean, it's yours. You own it. So there are no loan options to it. Those are the difference. And what about the fees? So when it comes to the fees, they are higher for 401k. You don't see it, but the fees are higher because you have portfolio managers managing the mutual funds. So there's an entry fee, there's an exit fee, maintenance fee. So the fees are higher when it comes to the 401ks. But with the IRAs, again, it's a kind of like a DIY investment. So what happens is that the fees usually comes from, the brokerage fees. And if you have an ETF, the maintenance fee that they charge is, so the fees are very, very minimum compared to the 401k. So which situation suits what? Under which circumstance do you need a 401k? First of all, if your employer offers 401k, you have to get it. Okay. Because if you don't get it, you are missing the match. So let's say you are contributing $1,000 a month and your employer is matching 6%. You'll be missing out $60 every month. So that's one of the reasons why you need a 401k if your employer offers it. Secondly, it helps bring your taxes down. It brings you to a lower tax bracket because you have to know that the 401k, they are pre-tax. So they'll take the money out before they tax you. So let's say you make $1,000 a month and you contribute $200 into your 401k. You start paying taxes on the $800. So it helps bring your taxes down. And also you get the match from your employer. So that's one of that's another benefit for 401k. Also, the money comes directly from your paycheck. So you don't have to worry about, what you are going to contribute and this and that, all this kind of stuff. Even though now platforms like Robinhood, again, you can set it, the Roth IRAs, you can set it automatically and you or the traditional IRAs, and you get a deduction into your account until you hit the limit. Okay. So, and in terms of the IRAs, they are as good as especially so if you work for yourself, then you need the traditional IRA in place of the 401k. So that's that. And for the Roth IRA, they act as a supplement. Okay, you have another income to spare, or you have extra money to spare. Not necessarily extra money to spare, but you want to contribute more towards your retirement. And you have to know that with the Roth IRA, because it's post-tax, because it's after tax, you don't pay taxes when you are withdrawing the money. So let's say you contribute $1,000 a month on your Roth IRA, you buy stocks, ETFs and stuff for 20, 30, 40 years, and you hit the age of 60 and you want to withdraw, and that money is $1 million. You don't pay a dime on taxes. That's one of the benefits of the Roth IRA. So if you have the capacity, if both are available to you, you should definitely do both. Go with the 401k to get the match from your employer, and also to bring your taxes down. And also do the Roth IRA so that you can get a supplemental retirement income, which is tax-free. Okay. So that's it for today about 401k and the IRAs. If you have any question, leave in the comment section below. If this video was helpful to you and you are not a subscriber, please subscribe to the channel. We have a lot of educational information coming up. You don't want to miss out. It will help you level up your financial and investment goals. So please subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification, share, like, tell a friend to tell a friend. And until next time, let's keep talking money.